Hi everybody, it's Neal Weichel with Remax, and the video that I'm going to do for you today is kind of an introduction to the Santa Clarita Valley. This will be, I hope, useful for people that are not familiar with the Santa Clarita Valley, maybe people that live outside the area or thinking about moving here, or really just want to know a little bit more about why Santa Clarita is so widely considered such a wonderful place to live in Southern California. And I'm going to go over the 7 different areas that kind of make up the Santa Clarita Valley, a valley of about 250,000 people, and that's bordered on one side by the 5 freeway, on the other side by the 14 freeway. I always kind of describe it as a big piece of pie with a whole lot of homes in the middle of it. This is meant to be a bit of a generalization, but I think it'll be a good introduction. And I'm going to start with the far northern point here in our valley, the Castaic area. And I'm going to start with that area because a lot of the growth that's going to occur, it's summer 2023 now, is going to occur in that corridor going up the 126 and up the 5. A lot of new construction and a lot of homes. It's also home to the newest high school here, the 7th high school in our Santa Clarita Valley, Castaic High School, and it's an amazing high school, so a lot of people ask me about that. Anyway, so Castaic, what is Castaic? Its average sales price in 2022 was $740,000, and you don't have a lot of condos, but you have a lot of small starter homes, and you also have a lot of larger homes with RV parking and big lots and pools and stuff like that. Some HOAs, not a lot of HOAs, meaning if you've got a boat or an oversized vehicle or something, Castaic really draws people looking for that because you can get a bigger lot and you can quite honestly get a fair amount for your money. There's going to be new construction happening there in the North Lake area, a whole second development to North Lake, which is, as it sounds, just north of the lake, the world famous Castaic Lake. And so Castaic would be one of the 7 areas that people might look into when considering moving to Santa Clarita. Now, the second area coming down the 5 freeway south is the whole Stevenson Ranch area. So we go from kind of an affordable, lots of different choices area to the most expensive area in the Santa Clarita Valley. Stevenson Ranch average sales price was over $1 million in 22. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. There's not a lot of homes. In fact, Stevenson Ranch is the smallest of the 7 areas I'm going to describe. And it's arguably one of the most desirable simply because the schools are all rated at the very highest level here in Santa Clarita. You've got 2 sections to it, an area known as Stevenson Ranch proper, and then an area known as Southern Oaks, where I happen to live. And both of those areas are really, really desirable, popular, right off the freeway, but expensive. You do have condos, you do have townhomes, you have a good selection of homes, but not a lot available at any given time. Stevenson Ranch rarely has much for sale. Okay, so now we're going to go to the biggest area. The Valencia area covers the widest amount of property geographically in our valley, and it also has the largest amount of housing stock. In Santa Clarita, there's almost 60,000 homes, condos, townhomes, single-family homes, etc., that are built that people live in and own. In Valencia, the largest amount would be found there. And it's a big area. It covers from all the way at the very top where it meets Saugus, all the way over to behind Magic Mountain now where the big new 5 Points development is being built, which will be 20,000 homes over the next 20 some odd years here in Valencia. And so because it's such a big area, you've got homes that were built starting in 1968, which is when the master plan of Valencia was originally introduced, all the way up to 2023, brand new construction happening just a couple miles from my office. And so a wide variety, lots of condos, lots of townhomes, lots of single family homes, all the way up to custom homes. You've got a couple of golf courses, a really, really nice selection of homes. And the schools are all very highly rated. And if I'm going to summarize Valencia in one word, and I referenced it a minute ago, it's a master plan community. When this valley was developed initially by the Newhall Land and Farm Company, the master plan was designed to have a very aesthetically pleasing area, beautiful to look at, every neighborhood with its own park, pools, paseos, which are walkways that join neighborhoods together. And so Valencia has, in most of it, lots of those kinds of amenities with reasonable homeowners associations to cover those amenities. And people go to Valencia because they frankly really like the look of it. And they love all the amenities that come. And depending on where you choose, you can be right off the freeway like you would be in Stevenson Ranch. So if you do commute, it's not a very long commute. So now if we go in the middle of town in another large area with really, really nice selection, but further off the freeway, we come to Saugus. And Saugus is where I started my real estate career. And I'm always kind of, fond of Saugus because it does offer amazing schools, really wonderful amenities. Right in the middle of Saugus is the Central Park, which is kind of a point of community pride. It's a very large open space where a lot of community events occur right on Bouquet Canyon. And Saugus, like Valencia, has lots of condos and townhomes and single family homes. It's just less expensive than Valencia because it's a little further up the road, okay? And always has been. So in 22, the average sales price in Saugus was the mid 800s. And so you can get a nice single family home, 4 bedrooms perhaps in the upper 800s, and be very, very comfortable over 2,000 square feet. That's what exists in Saugus. Also, the Saugus School District, which, just to confuse you, actually includes some schools in Valencia, is one of the highest rated elementary school districts in the state consistently year after year. It's just a great, great school district, and that's what draws people to Saugus. Now, as you continue to go across the valley into the east end, okay, off of the 14 freeway, you're going to hit Canyon Country. And Canyon Country is the most affordable part of the Santa Clarita Valley. It is on the east side of town and actually includes some pockets of very, very special homes. Sand Canyon, everybody will tell you, is very equestrian and custom and expensive on Sand Canyon Road. Most of Canyon Country, though, is starter homes, move-up homes, more affordable. In 22, the average sales price in Canyon Country was still in the 700,000s, which in today's day and age is modestly affordable. And so a lot of first-time buyers, if they really want a single-family home, will choose Canyon Country. It's a great place to start. You get good value for money. It's a big area, but it's not nearly as big geographically as Valencia is. But it still has a lot of homes in that area. In fact, plenty of choices in the Canyon Country area. Now that leaves us, as we're coming back into town, bordered on the 5 freeway and right where the 5 and the 14 come together, as close in as you can get, Newhall. Newhall is actually where Santa Clarita, for the most part, started. You've got Hart Park and the downtown Newhall redevelopment, all referencing back to a history that goes back into the early 1900s when silent movies were filmed out here and all kinds of interesting things were happening in Santa Clarita. Newhall is arguably the most diverse part of all the different sections of Santa Clarita. And I say that because I can take you to brand new homes being built right off the 14 freeway. I can take you to Happy Valley, which is this kind of bucolic white picket fence neighborhood with big lots where homes sell for well over $1 million for 2,000 square feet just because of the big lot and because of the mature trees and all that offers. I can take you up into Wildwood Canyon, which might be a 5-acre parcel where celebrities and sports people have lived. And so it's really, really diverse, a wide range of property in Newhall. And that's for somebody, if I were going to put it in a simple message to you, might say, I don't want to live in a homeowners association. I kind of like living in something a little bit different. I want to be able to, choose the color I paint my house or not have to worry about a bunch of rules and regulations. Most of Valencia is in a homeowners association. Most of Newhall is not. And so it gives people choices, and it's still close in town. And there you go. So we've got these different areas. We've got Castaic, we've got Stevenson Ranch, we've got Valencia, we've got Saugus, we've got Canyon Country, we've got Newhall, and that leaves the furthest area out, what you might call the 7th area, which everybody still considers part of Santa Clarita, even though the schools are not part of our schools. And that's the Acton Agua Dulce area, and I'm going to finish with that. Acton and Agua Dulce is definitely further out, okay? From my office in Stevenson Ranch, it's a solid 30 minutes to get to Agua Dulce, 40 to get to Acton. But people go there and love it. And the reason they love it is because if they're not commuting down into the city, maybe they're commuting into Santa Clarita, they can be there in 30 minutes, 35 minutes in town, anywhere they want to go. And they can go up to Acton or Agua Dulce and get 1 acre, 2 acres, 5 acres. They can have horses, they can have animals, they can do almost anything they want in terms of having some breathing room and having some space around them. And depending on what you're looking at, you can get a really nice home for under $1 million with an acre of property, 2 acres of property. Friends, that doesn't exist anywhere else in Southern California, still close to a major area like Santa Clarita or the San Fernando Valley, except in Acton and Agua Dulce. So welcome to Santa Clarita, 7 different kind of flavors to choose from, and we love them all. Thank you.